The content on this channel has been created for adults. If you're not at least 13 years of age or older, then please do not watch this content. Sorry, dude. Come back when you're 13.
Yeah, baby girl. You know what I wanna do. Come on. Yeah, baby girl.
Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. Okay, hold on a sec. Now, I said welcome back. Some of y'all probably ain't never been on this channel, so this might be your first time on this channel, but here you are, and we got some stuff to talk about. This year in 2021 on this channel, we ain't gonna just be doing what I was gonna do in 2020, which I didn't end up doing either because, well, you know, I've got quite a few channels and I kind of got distracted from my game plan. But in 2021, we showing equal amounts of love all over my channels, and we needed to show some love on this channel right here. So instead of only relying, and I think part of the thing was because my focus, I was thinking on this channel, I'm just going to focus on, you know, the movies and the different projects and things that I'm working on, the film things I'm working on, and only talk about that kind of stuff on this channel. But then I started thinking, you know, why don't we also maybe review and talk about some other movies and shows and film things and other things, you know, and not limit it to only stuff that I'm shooting and doing myself. And that's how we've ended up here today with this particular movie I want to talk about, because I freaking took a moment from the hustle and bustle, which is something that is a rarity for me, but I am trying to create a bit more balance in my life where I do have a moment here and there, even if, to be fair, I am still editing, and yeah, probably the movie's just really in the background, so I'm not 100% completely not still hustling while I'm still watching the movie, or I'm eating while I'm watching the movie. But nonetheless, I've watched this movie. It's called Follow Me, aka No Escape. And this movie, the reason I wanted to see it so badly is because George Janko, which is a fellow YouTuber, he's a fellow, you know, actor extreme. I like to call myself a bit of a talented person in the field of acting myself. Also, Janko is a music person like me as well. So we've got a lot of things in common. And also, he does comedy too. Like me, I'm funny. I dabble with the comedy. So, you know, I heard George Janko had this movie coming out. You couldn't help but hear he's super excited all over the place telling everyone about the movie. So I'm like, yo, we got to check out this movie. And so I did. I checked out the movie. And oh my gosh, dude, the movie was fire. The movie was so good. I couldn't believe how good the movie was. Because I kind of had this thought in my head that, you know, how good is this movie going to be? You know what I mean? Like right now, during these crazy times, were they going to even be able to really shoot the movie or something? And I realized maybe it was shot before the pandemic. And yeah, it seems like it was, because apparently it was actually due to be released sooner, but then the pandemic hit and then everything just went awry. So I can tell you guys, it's not a movie where I thought it was going to be like a movie where they try to make a scary movie and they're like all on Zoom or something, and then someone comes and kills someone on Zoom, like while they're talking on a conference call, or you know what I mean? I thought it was going to be some type of streaming movie thing, which I think exists. And maybe I'm getting confused with another movie that came out that had that kind of narrative. I don't know. But what I do know is that this movie is fire. And they freaking really just got me wanting to see a sequel, which is annoying because I don't know if there'll be a sequel. George, I don't know. George, are you going to make a sequel, George? George, are you going to make a sequel? Are you guys doing another movie? Or should I say Dash? That was the name in the movie, Dash. Freaking love the movie. Guys, let me tell y'all, there's going to be some spoilers involved in this freaking review right now because, well, probably most of you already seen it anyways. I'm probably the last one to see it. And if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want spoilers, then maybe you should not watch the rest of this, because I'm going to be spoiling like a mofo on here, okay? Let me tell y'all, firstly, I like how. Let me tell you the story. Let me tell you how it goes down a bit, and then let me tell you how I'm feeling after watching the movie, because oh man, it's left me feeling some kind of way, dude. So the movie is awesome. First of all, it is great because this movie is one of those type of movies that you think you know how everything is going to play out, and to be fair, I actually had the thought in my head throughout the movie that it was probably going to play out the way it did. But I wasn't entirely sure because I was like, oh crap, wait a minute. That looks real though. Like that looks like they ain't faking on there. So for y'all, look, okay, spoiler time. I'm going to just say it like it is. I'm trying to still try to sugarcoat what I'm saying in case someone doesn't want to know. But I just got to say it. This is what happens. So in the movie, it freaking starts out. You got the social media freaking influencer dude who's freaking like the man Cole. His name is Cole. And he's like, he's the man. You know what I'm saying? He's like the freaking... Let's call him Logan Paul. Let's call him Mr. Beast. No, let's call him the Mr. Beast of social media. That's even better. Let's call him... He's like... Imagine Mr. Beast, the man who has freaking... everybody loving him. Like, apparently, did y'all realize too, Mr. Beast has 3 out of the 5 top channels or something ridiculous are all Mr. Beast channels on YouTube. Like, what's going on? Anyways, man, Mr. Beast is awesome. He's even got a burger now. That's a topic for another day. Anyways, the movie, Cole's freaking doing his thing, influencing, freaking got the followers around the planet. He's a big deal. So his friends decide to surprise him by taking him to Russia to an escape room, right? They go to Russia to this escape room. It's already turning out to be like, okay, Russia though? Yo, it's hard to escape from Russia on the best of days. You know what I'm saying? Forget about an escape room. How many people can just escape Russia in general who want to? You know what I mean? It ain't that kind of party over there. At least that's what I think or been told, allegedly. I could be wrong. Maybe you can't escape. I don't know. I just know that the movie had them up in Russia having to escape from an escape room. And as the movie continues, you start going, wait a minute, Dash didn't even really know homeboy. Dash has got his friends over in this country that he don't even know the country. He doesn't even know the dude who's brought him to the country that well. It's like, yo, and you trust him to take you to an old prison or something? It's like some old prison place or something. And they have to try to break, like, first of all, man, I don't know if it's the black in me, but I'm already not going, dude. Like, nah, man, I ain't even going in there. If you didn't tell me, nah, man, you ain't getting me to go in there, first of all, because I already thought, nah, man, that's stupid. They even had the token black dude. And that's the other thing. The first thing that came to my mind was token black dude. He's going first. Surprisingly, he didn't. He wasn't the first to go. I was like, wow, okay, they changed the plot. Here's the token black dude's the first one to get it. But they over there in Russia, man, they in that freaking escape thing. And right from the beginning, once they get into that situation, it's like, yo, first of all, like, it's just intense because every person, he's got, first of all, imagine this, 5 of your homies, or was it 4 of his homies, all of them freaking in different life-threatening situations, and you got to freaking save them like all before the timer runs out. That's the way it was in the beginning, right? Which in the beginning with the timer and you got to save them and whatnot. And then you see like one's getting electrocuted. One's got freaking like sharp nail things that are going to freaking like stab them to death. One dude has got this freaking like electric chair action or something going on. What was his thing anyway, man? Like he didn't have the electric chair, but he had the, what was his thing? He had the thing on his face and all that. I don't know. And then you had the water situation where, you know, his girl was going to freaking drown. Like, if I was his girlfriend, I'd be upset. Why didn't you come and save me first? I'm your freaking woman. Why you ain't saved me first? That was the first thing that come to my mind. When he saved me finally and I already freaking I'm spitting up water and stuff, I would have freaking smacked him and... I mean, why'd you go and save them first? That's what thoughts going through my head when I'm standing there, like trapped in water up to here, and the four of them out there going like, "Yo, you alright? You okay?" And what's even worse is that she didn't even realize that it wasn't still a game. She's like, "Yeah." It's like, yo, dude, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. So it's like already, it's like a twist within a twist, because already at this point, from the first round of the game action happening, and then they finally get the master key to escape that whole scenario. I'm not going to tell y'all the deep play-by-play of the whole situation. You're going to have to watch the movie for that. But I'm just going to skip along a little bit. Long story short, they escape, they get the key, they get out, and just when you think, oh, okay, well, that was exciting, right? That's the end of the movie. And then next thing you know, boom, guns pointing at them when they open the door. Suddenly you watch them kill the girl that was, early on with the dude. Well, you won't know who I'm talking about if you ain't seen the movie, but long story short, someone gets killed right before their very eyes. They got guns on them, and suddenly they're getting freaking hooded up and taken to another destination, and you suddenly realize the game is now just about to begin, the real game. You know what I mean? The other one was like the appetizer situations, like, yo, bring me the little freaking egg and bacon quiches action, and then now's the main course, because things are about to get freaking crazy. Because now dude is in a situation where he can't rescue his homies like he did last time. He had to just figure out a little puzzle. It's like, oh, let me just figure out how to play strategically all these freaking will things. It was crazy how he even could figure that out. I'm like, how did he know which one went where, the size, the thing? Like, this guy is like Rain Man, like, how they freaking do that? I wouldn't have been able to do that, dude. I'm be like, sorry, dude, man, I love y'all, my friends. I can't figure out this jigsaw puzzle stuff. I don't know. I'm sorry. Nice knowing you, and in the afterlife, don't be mad at me. That kind of situation. That's what I would have been like, because how did he know? Anyways, he can't help. He can't solve the puzzle. He's right now outnumbered. He's in a situation where they got mad gunpowder. He doesn't know what's going on. He's trapped. So he's finally manages to break out of his little freaking confinement situation, goes up into the freaking little ventilation system, and then he's rolling through there, and then he looks through, and then he sees his boy Dash. Yo, Dash ends up losing his arms right before his very eyes, dude. Dude's arms are just like gone, right? Dude's arms gone, just like that. You know what I'm saying? And then also, by the way, there was the other girl that was with them in their little ensemble. She got it early on, and he watched that freaking on screen. He got to watch that on TV, like a little movie. He was watching the movie of it happening. It was like, yo, that's not the movie I wanted to watch, But he had no choice in the matter. He had to watch it. It's like, yeah, I hope you didn't charge my card on that. I don't want to watch that one. Let me get my money back. What I'm saying? So, anyways, he finally freaking stupidly makes annoying noise up in like, you got to be quiet up in the ventilator. Like, everyone knows. Shh. The whole time I'm like, shh, man, you're making too much noise. You're making too much noise. You got that one friend that comes in the movie, they're freaking like making all the noise. That's the dude you don't want to take with you in a life-threatening situation, because they will freaking give away your location. They will get you killed. So I'm like, dude, shh. So they see he's up there. He freaking makes a dash for it. And anyways, he freaking goes. And then he manages to, let's just skip along. He manages to rescue the token black dude, still alive. But wow, go figure. But not for that long, because suddenly token black dude ends up going down an elevator shaft from one of the goons who freaking goes and basically freaking spears him like Roman Reigns down to being, and he's down there, and then he's gone. And so he's like, dude, I just lost another one of my friends, which only leaves him and his girlfriend, basically. So, yeah, what's he going to do? What's he going to do now? It's only him and his girl. By the way, let me just point out the other thing that is like, bro, are you serious, though? He had an opportunity to, before he decided to go, because let me tell you this, he actually made it out. The dude who, oh man, you gotta watch the movie to know, but there's a guy who helped him, who was a driver of a car, who actually helped him, gave him the code to get to the key, to the little keypad to get out of the whole situation and escape. And so he could have drove off and escaped the situation, which would have been interesting. What happens then? Would they just been like, that backfired. We didn't expect him to really go. We thought he cared about us enough to try to at least save his girlfriend. So anyways, he decides not to drive off, which I'm thinking then, dude, what you going to do? Like, as far as he knew, there was like a few of them. They had guns. He didn't have nothing. He was in a foreign country. He had nothing. These people, all of his homies, he's lost half of them already. Like, what you going to do, bro? What you going to do, really? Bro, I would have freaking been like, I'm going to freaking go and see if I can find some help, because I have a better chance of finding some help than me going back in there and taking on all these people. But he decided to do the right thing, I guess, yay, I'm just going to go in there and do my best. And he did it. He went back in there. And then next thing you know, yeah, it all just went freaking pear-shaped. And long story short, because I was only the short version of this, but, he finally gets through this whole thing, because I want to get to the end of this. This is the thing that bothers me. I don't know if it bothers me in a negative way. It just bothers me because now I don't know what happens. But finally manages to get in a situation where, his girl, right, at least he thought he saved her, which was dumb how he played that whole situation off. But he didn't, long story short, he didn't end up saving his girl. He watched his girl die in front of him as well, gunshot to the head. So then finally he sees the dude who freaking was supposed to be Dash's homie, and he was about to tell him, he was about to say, yo man, it's not real, none of it's real. But before he could say that, homie aka Cole freaking unleashed on him with just mad fury. I mean, the dude was just freaking like, and think about it, he just watched all of his friends, at least he thought he watched all of his friends die right before him. So he was freaking outraged. He was freaking mental. He freaking just was beating dude senseless. Literally, he beat him senseless. The dude died. Obviously, his face is all deranged and messed up. And right then, you see the screen comes on and all of his friends and everyone basically find out that it was a prank, which I thought, like I said early on, I did think, watch this all just be a prank. His friends set him up. And yeah, that's what happened. But before that could be revealed, he kills someone, dude. He murdered the dude. And that's where I have my problem. Because I'm like, dude, what happens now? I went on Google. I'm like, follow me, ending explained. Because I'm like, explain to me, does he go to jail? I want to know, does he go to jail? Is he charged? Is there going to be a part 2? Will we find out what happens to him? Will we find out anything? Let me know something. I'm so upset because the ending ended in such a way where I want to know more. I don't like when movies end like that, where you're just like, oh man. Like, in one sense, okay, yeah, great, we find out it was all a big joke. But now it's like, yeah, but what happens? What happens? So I guess I use your own imagination for it. I mean, I'm guessing this is a very interesting case, because now it's like, okay, he murdered someone, but under the circumstances, he was led to believe this was all real, and he was never let in on the joke. So as far as he was concerned, he literally just watched these people murder people right before his very eyes. His whole friends, his girlfriend, everyone. is that considered self-defense or something? Like, what is it considered that he killed the dude? I mean, was he supposed to? I mean, he thought his life was still in danger too, because remember, these people are gunning for him too. So he just watched all these other people die. I mean, he killed the dude first. I mean, what do you do though? Was he supposed to try to just escape and call the police, which he had an opportunity to do? And then the movie would have ended very differently. So I'm like, what? Do they convict him? I think they would. I come to the conclusion after giving it some thought that basically what happens is they, ask the friends, did he know about this? Was he in on a joke? And they're like, nope, this is a surprise and all that. And so therefore, because of the circumstances, I think he'd get let off. I don't think they'd convict him. I think that Cole would be okay, even though he murdered someone. I think the friends, it's a prank gone wrong, and because the dude that he murdered was in on the prank too, because it's a prank gone wrong between all of them, there is a possibility that they could get off too, I think, on a technicality actually, of it all being a prank that they all were in on. And it's just a tragic accident. It's just something that's just gone wrong. Unfortunately, prank gone wrong. Maybe they would get off free too. So I don't know how do you recover from this though, because the dude, Cole, would have some serious psychological issues after this. Like, I don't think he'd ever be the same. I don't think he would ever be able to. First of all, I wouldn't be friends with him anymore, man. I'm like, y'all ain't, nah, I didn't care, man. Y'all think I like, y'all took it to a level that's beyond anything that I could ever freaking forgive you guys for, because that's just traumatizing stuff. Like, just think all of them are dead and suddenly see them all laughing like, we got you. Nah, bro. I think he wouldn't be friends with them anymore if he was smart anyways, because that means the levels that they freaking come at you, jeez, dude, that's crazy. How do you have friends like that? You know what I mean? And then there's a situation though, does he go in the sequel and he decides, I'm going to one up you and get you all back for that? But I don't know, man. I think he ends up in a hospital. I think he ends up in a mental hospital for many years, messed up. I think he ain't the same after that. You can't come back from that. I don't think he comes back. Plus, he murdered someone. Don't forget, he murdered someone, too. So, yeah, I don't think he freaking the same after that, yo. I definitely breaking up with the girlfriend, too, because I'm like, yo, man, you should have told me. I was worried about your life, and then you smacked me in the face for freaking not rescuing you first, and you knew all along it was a joke. She should have smacked him, but she didn't. But anyways, that movie was dope, man. It had me. I thought it was going to be a whole different type of movie, but luckily it was made before the pandemic, so it turned out to be a really good movie. Something that I would definitely tell you guys to watch. You need to watch it. It is on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. You can watch it on Google Play. You can watch it on Prime Video, Amazon, that kind of sitch. Definitely, you guys got to watch it. You gotta watch it. I highly recommend you watch this movie. It is really good. There's probably some other places you can watch it as well. I'm surprised that it's even on DVD available in JB Hi-Fi over here in Australia, which is a electronics store. I was surprised that it's even in the stores over here where I'm living at the moment. For you guys don't know, I'm living in Australia at the moment. Yeah, I'm over here. It's a nice country. Y'all should check it out. It's pretty cool. Aussies are really nice people. Yeah. Got good meat pies. But yeah, I highly recommend this. Y'all go and watch this movie. Support George Yankel. Freaking funny dude. His YouTube channel freaking has over 1 million subscribers, and he puts out some good content. He's got his Bubba Town thing as well. Funny guy. He just did his first stand-up thing with Joe. His name I think his name is Joe. I forget his name. But anyways, there's another comedian. And it was great. He did a good job. So shout out. Great movie. great. I highly recommend it. It didn't get the love I think it deserved. I looked at some of the other reviews and things online. Rotten Tomatoes didn't really like it too much. A lot of people gave it not many stars, but don't let that deter you from watching a great movie. And the ending is fantastic. It's just freaking leave you wanting more, and that's really sucks, because I hate to say this, I don't want to be the negativity person, but because it didn't really get tons of great ratings from like Rotten Tomato and different critics and things, I don't think there'll be a part 2. But you never know in these days and time, because thanks to how the whole streaming platforms work these days, who knows, someone might be like, hey, you know what, let's just for the fun of it, just do it. But I don't think so. But it'd be nice if it did, because I want to know what happens next. Definitely, you guys go watch it, check it out. Anyways, that's my review of Follow Me, aka No Escape, which, yeah, already confusing there with the name title switch. I think there was another movie called No Escape originally, which they should have did their homework and checked out, because that movie actually got, well, it did better in the box office. But that doesn't mean this. It's the timing thing too. Who knows how this movie would do if the pandemic hadn't happened? It might have did even better. Who knows, right? But it did hit number 2 on the horror movie charts nationally, even though I don't think there was many other horror movies out at the time to compete with. But that, don't let that deter you from the fact that it is a good movie. So, but you should watch it. I loved it. Personally, if I was the person rating this on Rotten Tomatoes, I would have given it freaking 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm taking off a half just because I don't know how it's going to play out now. I had to use my imagination, which I like doing from time to time, hence my invisible friend you guys have probably met. But yeah, I want to see part 2. George, see what you can do. Get a part 2 happening. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. As always, remember, leave your one to the fullest. Keep it off tap. We out.